Good afternoon and welcome to my channel. This is Oliver coming to you from Youghal by the Sea in Ireland over here in Europe. It is Sunday afternoon, the 6th of February 2022, and I'm just looking at today's Telegraph, the Daily Telegraph from the UK. It's Sudoku puzzle called Gentle. Its number is 5762 and this is for novices and beginners. And it's always nice to go back to these and have a gentle little mull over them and get back to the basics. So that's what we're doing today. Now, so the way you start off is you just go and check to see, where are the uniques? Where do these singles have to be? For example, if you look at the number 1, where could it be over here? Well, it can't be there because there's one here. It can't be here, can't be here, and it can't be there. Therefore, it must be over here. And we just go to big 1 and stick a 1 in there. Then we can do it again. Any other ones? Well, there's a 1 missing in this house. A house, by the way, is 9 cells in it, 9 little squares. Can't be over there. Can't be down here. Can't be over here. Therefore, it must be here. And that's another number 1. And we check it again. If you double click a square, it will show you all other squares that have the same content. So this one can't be here, can't be here. And for beginning Sudoku, this is a very handy bit of software. It's called Sven's Sudoku Pad, and I have a link to it down below if you want to download it yourself and use it. It's nice and graphical, just showing you what you can do, what effect different numbers have. You can just click and drag, and like I just click and drag and it fills it up, and click anywhere outside and it'll stop, or else clear it, or else press the escape key. Number 1 done. Number 2 next on our list. So it can't be over here, but that leaves 3. I'm looking for where it can only go into one specific slot, or maybe 2 slots. So here it can go into 2 slots. If I go into 2 slots, I'm going to use pencil marks. So either this one or this one. This is the ones in the corners, so I'll use the corner one. I prefer that. So that's where the 2 will go there. So these 3 are taken care of. Won't have any effect there. Here, too many. Here, too many. But continue this over and bring this down. So we can see we can put a 2 in here now. And a 2 we stuff in. Big number there, number 2. Do it again quickly. Can't go here, can't go here, but I can go into these 2 up here. So highlight them, select the mode, and put in a 2. So that one is done. That one is done. We've got nothing to go in here really. Down here, we have a place for our 2 2s. That's them. And down here, can't be here, can't be here, also can't be here. So we have a place now for 2 2s. Those pairs of 2s are known as Snyder 2s. He was a champion. Right, 3s can't be here. 3 can't be here. They're the only 2 3s we have. Therefore, the 3s are going to be either in here or here. Now, what else can we do with our 3s? Won't have any effect there. If we come over here, though, we could have 2 3s there. Nothing up here. Nothing there or there. Nothing there, nothing there. That's all we can do with our 3s. Now we've gone to 4s. Coming through here again. We can see now we can have 4 here or here. And this is interesting. Now I'll put a link up above. Pairs. It's a tutorial I've done on pairs. You might have a look at that. So we've 2 cells here, and we have the number 2 and 4, and we've said the 2 and 4 can only be in these 2 cells. They can't be anywhere else. Well, if they have to be in those 2 cells, then the 3 cannot be there as well, because either this is 2 and this is 4, or this is 4, this is 2. So bearing that in mind, we now have to get rid of that 3 out of there. And it means the 3, we now know that is exactly where the 3 is going to be. So let's go back and do the 3's. Does that help us at all? Not really, not really, not really. Over here, no, it doesn't do anything for us. So back onto our 4's now. And those 4's are still the same. We have our 2 up there. Up here doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything here. We only have 2 4's. Nothing, nothing. Go. Quickly on to 5's. Cross here, well, it means we can have 2 5's here. And into pencil mode, 2 5's. Back again. Over here. No, that gives us 3 still. Down here, we'll have 3. Down here. I find this handy, especially when you're a beginner or a novice. It does it a bit more graphically. And you can get a better feel for how different cells affect other cells. So what we're really saying is, if there's a 6 in this cell, how does it affect this one? Well, it means you can't have a 6 there or down here. That's all I'm doing here. I'm highlighting for you those places where you can't have another 6. So it looks like we can't have a 6 anywhere else at the moment. At least I'm looking for where you can put it in one cell or you can put it into 2 cells. That's all we're doing. There could be other cells where they can go, but we're not worried about those. So we can see here now they can go in those 2 places there. We don't want to over clutter our solution. That's why we're only going for places where there's 1 or 2. Now we have 7's, which gave us our 2 7's here. And we have, that's closed off. That means we must have 2 7's here now. And if we're going to have 2 7's there, I'll put them in first. If there's 2 7's there, we can't have another 7 up here. So that 7 has to go. And that means there's just the 1 cell here with the 7. So we make that into a big 7. And that is all I think we can do with the 7's. We have those 3. We can't do anything else here. And nothing else here. On to 8. And thought I might have got something there, but we don't. But if we go up here, we can get 2 8's here. Wrong one. Be in the right mode. There we go. Now we have that one. 8 8 8. There we go. 8 coming up this way. Therefore, we have 2 8's here. And we'll do it again. And this time, let's come down here and show the intersections, which means we can have 2 8's here and here. And finally, so we've got these 3 done. We couldn't do anything there. We have this one done. And I think that's all we can do in the 8's. There's nothing there, nothing there. 8's finished. And last one to do is 9. Nothing there, nothing here. Well, no, there isn't. And over there, we'll get 2. So we get 2 9's there. So those 2 9's means we can't have any 9's over here. That one can't have any here, but we're still left with 3, unfortunately. And this way still leaves us with 3. Over there it leaves us with 3. Over here it leaves us with 4. And that, I'm afraid, is it. We can't do any more. Now is the stage where we have to now start thinking. Now where we go from here is much of a muchness. But I'm thinking somewhere around here. Just that there's a load of numbers here. And not a bad lot of numbers here. And I'm trying to work out what it would be here. Well, it can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It can't be 7. It can only be 8 because there's the 9. So there we go. An 8 goes in there. That's handy for us. And if the 8 goes in there, then we can't have that 8 there. And if that one is gone, then this one here has to be an 8. And if that's an 8 here, sorry, this one, well, we have 2 left, and they are usually a pair. So we'll just work out what they can be, and we'll put them into both of them. It can be a 2-4. 2-4 is what goes in there. 2-4, and it can't be a 2 down here. So down there has to be a 4, and up here has to be a 2. Now, oh, well, that's handy. This 2 means that this 2 can't be here. If we take that one out, then this one must be a 2. And I think that's all we can do just for the time being. But one thing I'd like to do, we already know this is a pair, which means in here is going to be a pair as well. It can't be 2, 4 or 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, which leaves the 2 that can go in there as 7 and 9. 7 and 9. And go to the right mode. 7 and 9 is the pair that goes in there. So this is this house more or less finished now at this stage. And one of the big tricks in Sudoku is to keep your eyes open, and being a bit of a geriatric, I usually fail. There's an 8 here, so we can't have the 8 there. And if we don't have 8 there, that means this one must be the 8. Now, that 8 meant that this one now has to be the 7. And again, we're left with a pair over here, and should be the same in both of them unless there's something going to stop us. It's going to be, well, just looking at inside in the house, 1, 2 is going to be 3. Go away. This way. So looking now at these two, there's going to be a pair. Just looking at what we have in the house. It's the easiest way to start on these things. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to be a 3, 9 pair. But we can see here that that one has to be the 9. So stick the 9 in there, which means this one has to be the 3. And that being a 9 means this one must be a 7. And that being a 7 means this one must be a 9. Oh dear, I'm not sure where it was there. I was half asleep, sorry. Over here, we already have these two, they're 2, 4, so that means we should know what goes in here. It can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In there is going to have to be a 9. And down here, well, it can't be 1, 2, it's going to be a 3, I think. 3, 4, 5, 6, where's 7? 7, 8, 9. So that has to be a 3. And if that's a 3, what's left for over here? I think it's a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's a 7. So we have all of these more or less finished. Now, it's usually a good bet just to have a look at the ones that have the least number of unknowns in them. And I'm looking at columns at this stage. This one has got 3. That'd be a good one to look at. 3. This one has got 4. This one's got more. This one has got 3. More. So these are the 2 columns that would be of interest. That one and this one here. Okay. Which one we check? We'll take this one first. Might as well. Good as anything else. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4's down here. We've got 5 up there, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's just missing a 9. That was a good one to do. And let's see, we move our way up and see what else we can get. In here is going to be 1, 2, 3. There's going to be a 4 in there. This way. There's going to be a 4 in there. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So it's a 4, 8 in there. And what gets up here? I'm just curious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and an 8, 9. Okay, quite a lot there. But we got a 9 out of it. That will help us here. And what was the other one we said? We said we'd do this one over here. Well, here, again, it's just a question of going through them all and see what's missing. And the only two we can put in there are 5 and 6. 5 and 6. And moving up, there's going to be an 8 now, isn't there? Yeah, because there's no 8, there was an 8 there. So down there, up here is going to be 5, 6, and 8. And up at the top, I think we've got more available. So there's only going to be 1, 2, 3, 6. 6 is the only thing that can win there. Well, that was good. Between those two now, things are moved on a bit. So now there's 3 left there. And we have our 4 left down there. Now, quite often, you don't see the wood for the trees. That's 6 there. Just go back over things that you've just put in. So we can get rid of the 6 in those. Which means this one down here has to be a 5. And if that's a 5, the one up here must be an 8. So we've got that one cleared out completely. And just having put in the 9 there, we want to tidy up again and get rid of the 9 up there. It's very important to keep track of everything or you'll get caught out when you don't want to be caught out. Now again, I'm trying to limit myself to just looking at 3 cells, nothing more than 3. Now this looks like too much, there's 4 cells. But if you look upon it in terms of the house, well, there's only 3 cells. So let us start here. This first one can't be 1, 2, 3. It can be a 4. Can't be 5, 6, 7, 8. And oh, there's 9. That has to be a 4. There we go now. So if that's a 4, what can you get in here? Well, it's going to be a pair because there's only 2 cells left here in the house. So just looking at it from the house perspective, it can't be 4. It's going to be a 5, 6. Yes, 5, 6. And continuing with my philosophy that we just look at 2s or 3s. Here there's only 2 left, so this will have to be a pair. And what's missing there now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there is no 9 anywhere. Down here or over here. So that's going to be a 3, 9 pair. So we can start off with this one here. What can go in here? Well, the only 2 that can go in here are 4 and 9. We don't have any 4 there or here or the 9, but we have 9 here. So the only one that can win there is a 4. Can't be anything else. That has to be a 4. Now this one here, it's also missing a 4, but the 4 is, well, no, we've got the 4 there now. It's missing a 5 and it's missing a 3, but the 3 is up there, which means this one has to be a 5. And if that one is a 5, then this has to be a 6. If that's a 6, then this is a 5. That's why it's so important to get your pairs and things like that done out right at the beginning. Now, this 4 means that we can't have the 4 there, which means that one there has to be the 8. And the last 2 here, what's missing out of this row here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm back again, it's the other type. 6, 7, 8, and 9. So there's a 6, 9 pair there. And with that pair there, then what is missing down here? Well, as a pair, what's missing there is 3 and 4. But do we have anything else? Oh, there's a 4 here. That's good. 4 there, that means that one must be a 3. That one must be a 4. No, I don't suppose I have a 6, 9. Oh, I have a 9 here. Therefore, that one must be a 6. And that one must be a 9. Ah, we're nearly there. So just building on what we've done, we put the 8 in there. So this one can't be an 8. So that has to be a 4. And that means that this is the one that has to be the 8 because it has to be either here or here. And that's why those Snyder pairs are so handy. And as well, we have this nice little pair. And just looking at it from the perspective of this column, I find it easier to do it that way first. What can go in here is the 2 that are missing are 3 and 5. We have a 3 here. That means this one must be the 5. That's why I like working in pairs, and this one must be the 3. Now, the easiest way I find to do triples, you know, if there's a triple there, to find out what's missing. Well, just see what's missing first this way. And what's missing is, well, we know 2 is missing. So we'll just do a 2, a 6, and a 7. They're the 3 that are missing. Well, we know that the 2 can't be here, so we can get rid of the 2 there. Up here, we have a 7, so it can't be a 7. And this one is a full 2, 6, 7. So that's a triple. The other triple is this triple here. Let's do this one. And what's missing in this column are 3, 4, and 9. But okay, go back to here. We have a 4 here, so we can't have that there. And here we have a 3. So that becomes a 3, 9, or a 4, 9. So we get rid of the 3 there. And this one here, we have a 9. And oh, we have a 4 as well. Okay, so that's it. This one here must be a 3. It's an easy way of doing it. You don't make many mistakes when you do it that way. So let's continue the other triple that was sitting here beside it. So what goes in there? Again, just look at the column, find out what's missing, and it is going to be 3, 6, and 9. Now if we look at this one here, well, we can't have a 3 there because we have a 3 here right beside us, so we get rid of the 3. We have a 9 sitting here, so it can't be a 9, so that's going to be a 6. And the next one up, again, it can't be a 3 because we have the 3 beside it. So it's going to be 6 and 9 because we don't have a 6 or 9 there. And up here at the top, we're going to go back to where we were before, which was a 3, 9. We get rid of the 6. But we have a 6 here. Let's stuff that in now. Having a 6 there means that this one must be a 9. A 9 means this one must be a 3. And that 3 means the one beside it must be a 9. And that brings us back down full circle, meaning that this one must be a 4. And the way we continue is exactly the same. Along here we have 2 left, and we can see that what's missing there are 2 and 6. We have the 2 in both of them, and now we have a 6. And there's no 6s or 2s up here. There's no 6s or 2s up here or across here. So that's it. And down here, what's missing? Well, there's something wrong here. We can't have 2, 6, or 7. There could only be 2 possibles in there. There's a 6 here, so let's get rid of that 6 anyway for starters. So it looks like it's going to be a 2, 7. So let's check again. Well, we have a 7 here, so it can't be a 2, 7, which means this one must be a 2. If that's a 2, this one must be a 6. If that's 6, this must be a 2. And if that's a 2, this must be a 7. And if that's a 7, this must be a 6. And all we've left now are these 2 here. So let's finish that the same way as normal. 2, what is missing in here? Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be 5. The other way around, it's going to be this type of 5, 5 and 7. And we know we have a 7 up here, so this one becomes the 5 and this one becomes the 7. And what about these? Well, there's a 4 up there, so that one has to be the 2, and if that's the 2, then this one has to be... Well, no, that was nice. That was a nice Sunday afternoon gentle Sudoku puzzle. They don't always have to be hard ones. We can do the gentle ones as well. I hope you wrote it down at the start and tried it yourself, and maybe you got it out a lot faster than I did, and it wouldn't surprise me at all. But I enjoyed doing it, and I enjoyed having you here looking at it as well. And sure, I'll see you again in the not too distant future with another gentle puzzle from the Telegraph. And by the way, there's also other playlists that I have that do more advanced ones if you're interested in those as well. Anyway, thanks for watching, and Slán Tamil.